let's discuss a few things about white girls that every black man should know. Now, there are a lot of black men out here who advocate, don't date black women. Don't date black women. Date white girls, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of black men sort of do other black men a disservice. And that disservice is they characterize dating white girls as it being just all peaches and cream. It's the land of milk and honey, right? It's dating white girls, it's all upside. Au contraire. There are many, 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 many downsides to dating white girls. And I think I've done an episode regarding that. I think I called it the downsides of dating white girls or the disadvantages of pursuing white girls, something like that. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about now are a few things about the mentality of white females within the context of a sexual relationship with a black man that black men need to know and understand. Okay? Again, listen, there are advantages to dating white girls, to be sure. Okay? But like every good thing in life, there is a price to be paid. If you want an elite physique, the price to be paid is diet and exercise. If you want to be rich, the price that you pay, you got to work hard. You got to put in 80 hours a week. You want to be an entrepreneur? Guess what? The 40-hour work week is over. For females, if you want a high-value men, the price to be paid is don't get fat, don't be a... Those are... Unfortunately, those things have become nearly impossible for females to sort of stick with these days. But anyway, part of the price to be paid for dating white girls is that they are, of course, white girls. And there are a few things that you need to understand about dating white girls that you need to get through your head. This stuff ain't changing, guys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've actually got 6. Okay? Number 1, the first thing that black men need to be well aware of regarding white girls is white girls are naive about the struggle. Gentlemen, white girls, and this isn't their fault, right? Because they're white girls. White girls are positively clueless about the things that black men go through on a daily basis. They have no idea what it's like to see a cop in the rearview mirror and have your heart rate elevate, have your blood pressure rise. When a white girl sees a cop behind her, she doesn't think of anything. It's just a cop. Now she feels safe. Me personally, I don't feel safe when there are police officers around. Now, I don't feel like I'm in danger, or at least not most of the time. But when there are cops around, I don't have that sense of security. Like, hey, if pops off, the cops are out. No, man. It's every for himself as far as the cops go. And I'll give you a perfect example of white females not having no idea about quote unquote the struggle and about, see, black people, we live in a different America than white people. Listen, man, I'm not getting into the whole racial thing. I'm not mad at white people. I'm not doing all of that, right? Not talking about white devils and this. No. But African American men live in a different America than white females, obviously. And I'll give you an example. When I first started dating Devin, okay, we didn't always live together. When I used to go to her place, there was this light right outside her place that says, "Don't make a right on red." And the first time I pulled up to it, I'm driving her car. She's like, "I just blow through it. I do all the time." I looked at her, or passenger, I looked at her, I was like, "What the f- are you talking about?" "Yeah, just blow through it. I do it all the time." I said, "Sweetheart, you're a white woman. I'm a black man. Cops let you get away with more than I do." Then she goes on and on about, "Oh, the cops here in this city are totally cool, da-da-da." I'm like, did you not hear what I just said? You're a white woman. I'm a black man. Like, cops don't give a fuck. Listen, you think cops are great because you're a white girl. I don't think Devin's ever been arrested. She may have had one ticket in her life, right? She's never had that kind of incident. She just doesn't understand. Here's another example. We were watching Live PD, and I talked about this way back in episode 13. We're watching Live PD. It's a show on A&E. And there was this white girl who got pulled over, okay? And the reason why they pulled her over is because they saw that she quickly switched lanes. And that is when somebody recognizes preemptive traffic stop behavior, if they see a cop in the rear view and they use evasive techniques in terms of getting away from the cop so he can't read her plates, that sends the cop's mind into overdrive. Okay, why are they swerving away? Maybe there's warrants. So he pulls her over. This chick's license was suspended. She had a warrant out for her arrest. She had a warrant out for her arrest, and she had 2 kinds of drugs on her: cocaine and crystal meth. I'm going to say it again. Outstanding warrant, driving while license revoked, okay, and 2 kinds of drugs. The cop let her walk. Devin saw that, and she was utterly shocked. She had no idea. Finally, I said, do you see what I'm talking about? All she could do is just sit there and shake her head, right? She just sat there and shook her. I said, look, I'm not making this up. I'll give you another example. We were actually watching Live PD the other day. This is unbelievable. They pulled this dude over. They pulled a black man over because he made a right-hand turn but didn't stay in the right lane. So he made a right-hand turn and then switched lanes into the left lane. I didn't know that that was illegal in Ohio. That's why they pulled this guy over. Turned out that this guy had a warrant out for his arrest for not paying child support. Doesn't matter. They wouldn't have found that out had they not pulled him over for no reason. Then there was a case where a white woman was in her car, all drugged the up. Someone saw her driving and swerving. She managed to park in a parking lot. This bitch was high as a kite. And in the end, the cop said, you know what? I'm just going to let this woman sleep it off so that she can enjoy the rest of her day. There you go, man. It's because of things like this. Because of things like this, white women will never understand about the struggle. The second thing you need to understand is they don't really give a struggle, nor should they. I did an article expecting white people to care about the plight of black people. Gentlemen, we are all selfish by nature. This is how it is. This is always the way it's going to be. When we see, commercials about, the starving kids in Africa, our heart goes out to them, and we might even pick up the phone and pledge a couple of bucks a month to help them out. But as soon as we hang up that phone, gentlemen, we're not thinking about that anymore because we're inherently selfish. The fact that your white girlfriend could not give two about your struggle as a black man, that's not on her, but you have to understand she doesn't care. Now, she cares about you, right? If you get harassed by the cops, if you're racially profiled, she's going to raise holy hell because that's you, right? But she doesn't give a about the plight of black people, guys. They really don't care. Listen, kudos to her for trying to act like she really cares, but she doesn't. It's almost like the female sports fan. You get with a girl, I'm an Eagles fan. Thankfully for me, I don't know how this happened. Devin happens to be a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and she really is an Eagles fan. Like, she has an old school Brian Westbrook jersey and everything, so I knew she was genuine. But we've all met that girl who tries to be a sports fan, but you can tell she's not really a sports fan because she doesn't really give about sports. It's the same thing there. Here's another thing. Your white girlfriend, she thinks that you are the exception to every stereotype out there. See, again, this is the hive mind of females. In her mind, she wants to rationalize, okay, I made a good decision. He's a black man, and I know I'm going to catch some heat, but he's not the typical black guy. He's not a and that and the other. Listen, man. I have a podcast that I'm well-spoken and this and that and the other, but make no mistake about the fact, gentlemen, like, don't let the light skin and the strong command of the English language fool you. I embody a lot of the negative stereotypes of black men. Yes, I have been arrested several times. Yes, I've spent time in jail. Yes, I have a criminal record. Yes, I have a violent temper. This is how it is. I am not special. Okay, I am not he's a black man, but no, nothing special about me. Your white girlfriend will rationalize in her mind that you are the exception to every stereotype. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm the stereotypical black man. Obviously, I'm not a hood. I'm not an Uncle Tom or anything like that. But for me to sit here and say that I am the exception to every rule out there, nah, man. Nope. Now, your girlfriend is going to think this, but you're going to have to be honest with her. You are not special. Here's another thing, and this is very dangerous. Number 4, white girls think their white privilege extends to you, right? If you get, the most dangerous weapon a black man can have in his car when he gets pulled over by a white cop is a white girl, because white girls don't respect cops, right? So, license and registration, please. Dude, your white girlfriend is going to be like, what the are you pulling him over for? He has his rights, blah, 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 blah. She thinks that because she's white and in the car with you, that the cop is then going to extend her white privilege to you. Obviously, as a black man, we know that it certainly does not work that way. But you have to understand, you're going to have to explain this to your girlfriend. Hey, listen, your white privilege doesn't extend to me, right? You're going to around and get me shot. You want to get me shot? Well, they're not going to shoot you. I'm white. No, sweetie. They'll cap the out of me. They're not going to cap you. They're going to cap me. Shut the up, sit there, and let me handle my business. White girls always think that their white privilege extends to you. They think that they can take. They think that when they walk down the street with you, that they're not going to catch, the eyes of white people. They think that they're no. White girls always think that their white privilege extends to you. It's never true. A couple of final thoughts here that you're really, really going to have to sort of understand about white women is they never think things are ever good enough. Okay? And this actually blends with the last one. White girls always find something to complain about. Gentlemen, listen, I love Devin to death. She's a good woman. She's good to me, etc., etc. But she complains about everything. She complains about the wait staff. I remember when we first got together, she told me, well, people treat me poorly in the service industry. When I was out buying furniture, it took them 15 minutes to get with me. I don't get served well in restaurants. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, is there something about her? What's going on? Well, now I've known her now for 3 years. And it is obvious to me that it's not the problem of the service industry. This is a Devin problem. This is a white girl problem. Devin's a spoiled brat, guys. Dude, if we sit down at a restaurant and our waiter or waitress isn't there within 30 seconds, she starts to look around, right? Where are our drinks? Where are our appetizers, right? This is too cold. This is too hot. Devin, if you're listening, I love you, but you're a complainer, and you know it. I call Devin a food snob all the time. Dude, maybe I'm exaggerating and maybe I'm embellishing here for effect, but most of the time there's always something about her food that she has to complain about. Dude, I'm telling you right now, white girls always find something to complain about. So to review the 6 things that black men need to understand about white women before getting into relationships with said white women. Number 1, they are naive about the struggle. They don't know what it's like to be pulled over by a cop. They think cops treat everyone the same. Not true. Number 2, they don't really give a about the struggle. Doesn't make them bad people, but they don't care no matter how much they pretend to care. Number 3, they think that you are the exception to every negative black male stereotype. Number 4, and this is dangerous, they think their white privilege extends to you. Obviously it does not. Number 5, they never think things are ever good enough. Why? White girls live great lives. They live lives of privilege. And if something is just a little bit off, they feel like they have to complain, which is number 6.